I'm alive.
Kind of. Say 80s and all sorts of stuff on there. Oh yeah! Full. Yes, I did catch it. Ooh. Easy thing. Let's take a look. Idea. Hello everybody, welcome back to the Thin Brown Line Airsoft YouTube channel. As you may have guessed from the little intro, I've got something new. It's another Breakers Yard buy. This time it is a Well D69, which means absolutely squat to most of you. What it actually is a replica of an M1 carbine. The shorter version of the M1 Garand from World War II, US Army. When I got it, it clearly labelled as broken, and it was proper bright orange. I'll stick a picture here or here, one of them, so you can see just how orange it was. I, however, made it not orange. It's a little bit darker than I wanted, a little bit shinier than I wanted, but I had still got to put some matte clear spray paint on it to make it look prettier. I've done a bit of, it's actually one of the first builds I've done specifically so it doesn't look 100% brand new, because I just thought that would be silly given the age of the M1 platform. So I've done a bit of travelling on it, and it looks like it's been dropped, and mags jammed into the mag well, a couple of dings on the barrel, and stuff like that. You might be able to pick up some of the detail work I've done. So yes, what was wrong with it when it came? The battery was dead. That's all that was wrong with it. I put a new battery on it, it fed, fired, pretty accurately actually for what it is. But I didn't want to stop there. I wanted to make it prettier. Well, inside anyway, because the way I've done it is, from a distance, it looks like a higher end M1 carbine. Up close you can tell it's actually a cheapie. Inside, however, it's all business. It's basically a mullet. No, business inside, party on the outside. Anyway, but yes, these can be bought for round about £70, I think they are. So they're no way near high-end type stuff. But I only got it for under half of that, like I say, from Breakers Yard, because it was broken. Anywho, what have I done to this? I will stick a picture up again here or here. I was actually really surprised when I opened this up. Inside, the gearbox is sort of a cross between a V7 gearbox, like what's in the L85s, and a V2 gearbox, like what's in most other like M4s, G36s, stuff like that. Actually, I've been told since I actually took this to pieces that it's virtually exactly the same as an M14 gearbox. Only difference being the entire gearbox and everything, like I say, you will see on the picture that I've just put up, might still be up, whatever, that the whole internals of the gearbox and the gearbox shell were all plastic. So what I did is I whipped all the gears out, the that thing, yeah. The anti-reversal latch, the piston, the hop chamber, the inner barrel, basically all the internals other than the shell, because I haven't got the funds to buy an M14 shell yet, I've ripped out. I've then put in 19 to 1 full set of gears from an L85 inside it. The piston head, cylinder head, air nozzle, tappet plate from a V2 M4 box. The anti-reversal latch is also from an M4 box. Kept the motor the same because the motor is, although not quite what we're used to seeing, it's actually fairly powerful. And then I've stuck an M140 spring in it. I've got an old MP5 laying about, so I've stolen the hop unit out of that. It's got a Prometheus rubber in it. And then I also had, just laying around, you know, as you do, a 6.03mm inner barrel from a VSR. So I've chopped that down and stuck it in it as well. So yes, it now also runs, rather than the battery it came with, which is one of them, a nickel metal hydroid 8.4 volt 700 milliamp hour battery it came with, which I still haven't actually attempted to charge, so it might actually even be a Duff battery, but it came with that. Not good enough. I've actually stolen this off Spectre for the time being, but I've been running it off that. A 1300 milliamp hour 11.1 LiPo. And just to show you it does, and naturally I have done a few bits and bobs to make sure it doesn't explode on me, but if it does, it's not the end of the world. I've got all the parts to replace it and repair it if needs be anyway. So, stick this battery in and then you can see. Obviously all the wires are sticking out the back, but... Oh, and I've locked it to semi as well. But it is pretty damn... Obviously, any of you that use a DMR type gun at, for instance, the field I go to, you've got to have a 2-second trigger pull, so I wouldn't be spamming it like that anyway. I haven't actually chronoed this yet because the magazine's got a bit of a feed issue. That's the magazine, which, as you can see, I've also tarted up. You know, I've skated it across my driveway a couple of times to give it some scratches. I've etched 105 and US into it. 105, I think, is the 105th Paratroop Regiment from Saving Private Ryan. It may have been the 103rd, but anyway, just random bits that, you know, well, it belongs to this this regiment and stuff like that. But just random stuff to make it look a bit more used and realistic, so to speak. I've still got to do something to the lovely... They are metal, actually. The sling loops, well, actually the rear one's metal, the front one's plastic. But I've even... I'm going to bring this up to the camera. I've even done little digs here, so that's been doing that for, you know, 60 or 70 years. So it's actually dug into it. So I've tried to make it look well used. So, yes. Oh, and I've been asked on Facebook actually what this is for. These did come on some of the real ones, and it is to hold either the 762 or the 303, which these were chambered in. Whoopsie! A few spare rounds, basically, it's to hold. But yes, like I say, it is at the moment fixed to semi-auto only. The charging handle is non-functional, but that is where the hop-up adjustment is there, just there. So it actually goes through and it's got a bar that feeds all the way through here, because the hop is sort of here-ish. The sights are non-adjustable, but they are pretty accurate. I mean, I've done a bit of shoot and test up the garden, and it's pretty damn accurate. I mean, with 0.2s in it and probably about a quarter hop, it was firing arrow straight and my range is 90 feet. So no, it's not 90 feet. It's longer than that. Anyway, it was firing from about 2/3 of the way up my range. No, 2/3 of the way up. I had 2/3 of the range left to go. That makes sense. And it was firing arrows straight. I'll say 70% of the range on .2s. I will be playing about with different weight BBs depending on what FPS I end up giving this before it explodes. Like I say, if it explodes, it explodes. Oh yes, before I do that, the battery compartment is the only letdown really of this whole build, because it's specifically designed to take that size battery in the butt plate here, and it just slots all the way in there like that. So when I do get a battery for it, I've got to get one about that size, which actually isn't too bad, because you get some LiPo batteries that size that are really good, so I ain't really got to worry. What else can I tell you about it? I'm not going to stick any additional optics on it or anything like that, because the idea is, I mean, it weighs next to nothing. It probably weighs a kilo, about 2 pounds maximum. So the idea is I can just sling it across my back, run around with my M4 or my L85 or whatever, and if I have got it set up more of a DMR, I can just unsling it and go pop if somebody's a little bit out of my range. But that's to be decided. Anyway, now it did actually end up as a fairly decent deal from this breakage yard, because it came with everything that it should have come with. Obviously, gun, magazine. I'm going to sling that down there out the way. It also came with an unjamming rod. It also came with a really high quality sling. Yeah, and one of these amazing chargers. But if you was going to use it for back garden plinking, it's pretty much ideal, just not the charger, really. But yes, like I say, I'll stick a picture of what the gearbox looked like, and then what it looked like once I had faffed with it. There'll be a few pictures dotted around as we've gone through the video. But yeah, that's one of my latest tinker builds. I say it's not a full build, because all I've done is strip it down and put decent parts in it, and then put it all back together and spray it to look a little bit better. I have got a pretty funky build in the works at the moment. A few of you have seen it. The likes of Walkie Warrior's seen it. Darren from Sons of Adrenaline, he's seen it, and so has Ben, and my mate Badger, he's seen it. So a few of you have. Keep your gob shut. The idea is I actually plan to unveil it on the 7th of September when we next go as a team airsofting. It should get some laughs. It's cool. But yes, for now, that's pretty much it. So if you like what you see, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell icon, so obviously you get informed of when I upload a video. Going forwards, I know recently, before I was saying I upload every single Sunday, but my work schedule has gotten a little bit heavier with different bits and bobs that I'm involved in, so now I'll be uploading at the beginning of every week, so between Sunday and Tuesday of every week. So still in the same sort of time slot. But yes, for now, thanks for watching.